Hey guys, this is my run on World of Illusions Spiritus Bahamut. I'm a really big fan of turning the enemy's mechanics against them, so for my very first run on this stage, I really have to use the party of both Minwoo and Sice, and Penelo as the force driver. The strategy here is I will get the boss to actually kill themselves all the way from 69 to 0%. Before I head into the explanation on the strategy, just a quick note here, you want a starting turn order of Minwoo, followed by Penelo, followed by Sice. And to get this starting turn order, I removed all speed passives on Sice so that she starts last. As always, I will include in the video description the party setup, including the passive setup as well, so do check that out. Minwoo has the Luna Freya call so that he can completely set up his BT plus and his LD to refresh the traps to 6 stacks, which is really quite critical at the start. Penelo acts second, and at the start of Penelo's turn, you want to use the Reno LD call. Do not use the base call, save it for later. There's one free turn here due to the quick prayer, so I just use a free LD. And then right after here, you want to enter BT mode. The goal of BT mode is to simply charge up the force gauge to 100%. Since you start the battle with 50% force gauge filled, this isn't very difficult, and you can also take a few free attacks in, such as EX and LD, but the key thing is you must end BT mode with 100% force gauge. Coming to Sice's turn, first thing you want to do is use the Jessie call. The Jessie call is just only for the turn manipulation, so if you don't have Jessie, you can either use Onion Knight or Seed Rain's call instead, but what you want is to pull Penelo's turn back so that she acts right after Sice. Go into force time and then go into LD to start off Sice's traps. You want to use force time first because you actually want Sice traps to last as long as possible. Penelo's turn will come back again, and here it's very simple. All you want to do is spam S2 and S1 until there is 2 turns of force time remaining, and then end Penelo's turn using BT plus. BT plus is also going to be the attack that brings the bosses to 69%, and that will be the attack that starts the chain reaction where you will nicely see the bosses actually kill themselves. The important thing though is that Penelo's BT plus must bring the bosses to 69% to start off the chain reaction. The lower she can bring them, the better. Penelo doesn't have a 5/5 ultimate weapon, so it should be doable. However, both Minwoo and Sice do carry 5/5 ultimate weapons. Okay, 2 turns remaining, so pop BT plus to refresh a BT aura and to start off the chain reaction right here. Now a little bit about explanation while the bosses are killing themselves. There are certain thresholds in the fight where the bosses will grant themselves bulky shield, and right here as you can see will also grant themselves an instant turn. The thing is, when they do this, they also will minus 1 turn duration on all their debuffs, and this is where both Minwoo and Sice comes in. Minwoo and Sice traps will trigger each time the debuff ticks down by 1 turn. So the bosses doing all these triggered abilities will actually set off their traps. And Minwoo is especially notable here because his BT plus aura causes his traps to minus 2 turn duration instead of 1 turn duration, which means that each time the bosses trigger their threshold attacks here, it will double trigger Minwoo's traps. Essentially, you'll just see a series of explosions and vortexes for the rest of the fight. The only thing you need to take note of is that you must have at least 4 debuffs on the bosses to win the fight. The bosses cannot be KO'd unless they have 4 or more debuffs, and this is where the Reno call comes in. The shortfall of this party is that all 3 of them can only inflict a maximum of 2 debuffs, which means that you need a call ability that can inflict at least 2 more debuffs, and luckily this is where the Reno base call come in. Reno's base call will apply his EX debuff, assuming his EX is 3 out of 3, and will also apply the numb debuff. This combined with Minwoo's Holy Anchor and Sice's traps equals to 4 debuffs in total, which is sufficient to allow you to complete the fight. You really only need to bring the bosses to like 10% with this, but this strategy right here, in this run at least, they come down to 1% health. So you actually have a little bit of leeway. All you really need is to make sure that Penelo can start the chain reaction with a BT plus by bringing the bosses to 69%. Don't forget also that I still have Brothers Summon and I'm at 99%, so Brothers Summon alone should be able to bring off or take off at least 10% of their health. So at this point they are low enough to be finished off. The only thing you need to do now is to reapply all your debuffs. So in order to keep the turn count at 4, I pop Brothers Summon. All you need to do to win is to reapply Minwoo's debuff using his Holy 16 attack, apply Sice's trap with her LD, and have Penelo use the Reno base call to apply the last 2 debuffs, after which the bosses will really just kill themselves. Well, that's it for this run. It was pretty entertaining seeing the bosses blow themselves up. As always, I hope the video has been helpful, and if you enjoyed the content, do leave a like, comment or subscribe. It really helps a lot. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next Shinryu fight. Bye!